Hello and welcome to Cần Thơ News of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Here are today's headlines. Working session of the Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee on the progress of highway projects. A report on the execution of Electricity Planning VIII by the Ministry of Industry and Trade. Leaders of the district surveyed the venue to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the establishment of Ninh Kiều district. Top news today. On the morning of September 9, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, had a meeting with departments, branches and localities on the progress of implementing the eastern part of the North-South Expressway project, the Cần Thơ Hậu Giang section of the Châu Đốc Cần Thơ Sóc Trăng Expressway. The eastern part of the North-South Expressway project, the Cần Thơ Hậu Giang section, has a total area of about 54.3 hectares and has 690 affected households. Currently, there's still one household that has not handed over the premises, with an area of about 230 square meters. Phase 1 of the Châu Đốc Cần Thơ Sóc Trăng Expressway project site clearance area covers a total of around 239.89 hectares of the route, which runs through the districts of Vĩnh Thành, Cờ Đỏ and Thời. 994 households are affected, and localities have so far recovered more than 98% of the land. The project is currently facing difficulties due to a lack of raw materials, particularly a reliable source of leveling sand. Relocation is required for technical infrastructure projects like power transmission networks, water supply and drainage systems, and telecommunications lines. A report on the execution of Electricity Planning VIII has just been sent to the Prime Minister by the Ministry of Industry and Trade. The allocation of overall capacity to each area, rather than the capacity particularly for each power source project, is one of the document standard point for modest hydropower and renewable energy sources.
The lack of basis for making priority, in which there are two key criteria that have not yet been determined, including the legal status of the project, the conformity with the land use planning, electricity price, and economic and social efficiency of the project, explains why renewable energy sources like wind power, solar power, biomass, and small hydropower are not classified at the project level. Over 2,000 wind, solar, and small hydroelectric projects have been proposed by the locals, according to the document submitted by the provinces supplying data for creation of the power planning aid. The connection strategy to the electricity grid is unknown for many projects because they have not yet chosen a location.
On the morning of September 7, the Cần Thơ Fisheries Sub-Department held a workshop on environmental monitoring, warning and supervising in aquaculture in Cần Thơ City in the period of 2021-2025. At the workshop, the participants discussed and shared experiences when investing and operating automatic monitoring of aquaculture. Over the years, environmental monitoring and warning in aquaculture have helped by providing timely information, forecasting environmental changes in the farming area, farming seasons, and disease prevention plans. They have also assisted the community in raising the standard of management agencies in the planning of local aquaculture areas and future development orientations of the fisheries industries. Additionally, it aids farmers in managing water quality, taking initiative in disease prevention and control methods, and applying the proper environmental treatment techniques, all of which help boost productivity and lowering risks. The seminar on community agricultural extension development in the Mekong Delta, chaired by Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Trần Thanh Nam, has just taken place in Cần Thơ City.
At the seminar, representatives of community agricultural extension teams of provinces and cities in the Mekong Delta region share experiences in building and organizing activities. The Community Agricultural Extension Team is affiliated with the Central Agricultural Extension Project to support the development of standard raw materials areas. At the same time, they make suggestions for ways to build the community agricultural extension team in the future. Leaders of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the National Agricultural Extension Center contributed equipment such as computers, projectors, phones, and stereos. On this occasion, with the help of Thiện Tam Phân Viên Group for 2 community agricultural extension teams in the province of Hậu Giang and community promotion teams across the project's participating provinces.
China is an important market that imports a wide variety of goods, including clothing and agricultural items from Cần Thơ City and the Mekong Delta. In 2022, the total import and export turnover of Cần Thơ City with Chinese partners is about $200 million. The city's export turnover of goods to the Chinese market, specifically for the first 7 months of this year, is $60.5 million. The main export items are aquatic products, agricultural products, and processed agricultural products. Import turnover from China to Cần Thơ is $41.2 million. The main imported items are raw pharmaceutical materials, agricultural chemicals, veterinary drugs, fabrics, and some other items such as sewing materials, machinery, and equipment. To fully capitalize on this enormous import market, the city will fortify its economic ties with Chinese business associations and corporations from now until the end of the year. Leaders of Ninh Kiều district have just surveyed the venue to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the establishment of Ninh Kiều district and the Lantern Festival at Bung Sang Lake and Khai Lung Canal Embankment.
The Secretary of Ninh Kiều District Party Committee Nguyễn Tiền Phong chose Khai Lung Canal Embankment as the place where the Flower Lantern Festival will take place in 2023 and said that this event is not only the task of the functional sector but requires the cooperation of businesses who share facilities, schools, and people living in Ninh Kiều District to contribute to introduce the cultural features of the district's tourist attractions in order to build and develop Ninh Kiều district as a hub, civilized and modern city. The Lantern Festival is expected to take place at the end of December with cultural and artistic exchange activities, organizing flower lantern releasing activities, and trade and tourism promotion activities.
To encourage and support people to use electric vehicles, the Ministry of Transport proposes to exempt and reduce registration fees and license plate fees for electric cars. Notably, there's a plan to give electric cars more traffic priority when driving through cities, establish zero-emission zones in the urban core where only zero-emission vehicles are permitted to drive. Additionally, registration costs, license plate registration fees, access to credits, and direct subsidies will all be waived or lower for buyers of electric vehicles. There will be a larger incentives for electric buses and preferred financing for transportation companies switching to electric vehicles. Additionally, it is suggested to create and implement regulations for the purchase and usage of electric vehicles while utilizing public funds. To meet the increasing travel demands of passengers, Vietnam Airlines continues to increase frequency on many routes to Europe, Australia, and China, thereby restoring nearly 90% of the international flight frequency.
Specifically on Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, starting on September 23rd, Vietnam Airlines will expand the number of weekly flights between Hanoi and Beijing from 3 to 4. One flight per day is still being run by the airline on the routes between Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Guangzhou, and Shanghai. The airline will also simultaneously enhance the frequency of numerous flights to Australia and Europe starting on October 29. At the same time, a new direct route with 3 round-trip flights per week from Ho Chi Minh City to Perth will be opened on December 7, 2023.
Coming up next is the weather forecast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.